that can be really challenging, right? Because you have worked so hard, you've been there for a year, and now you're getting your review, and you're not really happy with the ratings. So you have a particular difference of opinion and you don't know how to handle it. Let's get into it. Okay, oftentimes people react a bit emotionally or they get distressed while discussing about it with their managers. So the first thing you need to do is remain calm and composed. This is easier said than done, I agree. But if you are calm and composed, you are showing the management that you're maturely handling the situation, you're not reactive, you're open to listening to what they have to say, and you're not just concluding and just doing things from an erratic manner. If you end up reacting emotionally or in a very erratic way, what happens is you are then labeled as not basically handling the situation in a mature manner. You can also be written up for behavioral issues, and then that becomes actually another area of development. Being very careful how you address these issues is the first step. You have to remove the emotion out of it. You have to remain professional and not react in a very attacking or aggressive manner. So, in your review, if you felt that there were certain aspects which were written which were positive and which you agree with, it's always good to also highlight that. Don't just focus on the negative part of it. Try tell them that what you're happy with as well. That gives the manager or the person listening to you confidence that okay, I want to and I would love to listen to what this person has to say because they do seem to be also talking positive. So highlight the positives of what you liked about the review, what went well for you, what you supported, but at the same time, you need to bring up with them what were the concerns. Now, carefully go through your review, make notes of the points you don't agree with, and have facts attached to it. So, for example, if they're writing about your performance and they said that the productivity was not at par, then you need to go back to your ratings and check that what was the target versus what was the actual outcome. And then what did you contribute to that particular part of the project? So then you're giving a very objective criticism saying, yes, I agree with you and understand your perspective. However, I can see here that the target was so and so, which I have met, but you are written in my comments that my productivity was not on par. Could you explain? So what you've done here is rather than saying you are saying I'm not productive, I'm very productive to the team. It's that's all jug. But when you get specific and you talk professionally and bring out the professional points, they are more willing to listen to you, and they will actually take your feedback and listen to what you have to say. Since I've been SME, especially in performance management, in my career for over 12 years, out of which most of it I've just focused on that. My entire job was literally giving employees and managers coaching on what they need to improve on. And I would actually coach managers to help their teams. So I come from a very detailed background and understand a lot of different types of businesses and scenarios. So from experience, I can tell you that anytime an employee has either come back and challenged a rating or their review, if they have done it from an emotional stance, they've never got any kind of response back. There's not been any changes. But if you have made a case which is very substantiated, fact based, you can back it up, it has definitely gone into review. And what also happens is HR gets involved. So we get involved from an HR perspective, and we also have senior leadership involved, so that because the goals are set on a company level as well. So they also get involved if it is about reviewing changes to that. So not that it happens all the time, it's very common, no. But if it does happen, it has to be fact based. That's the only time it goes through. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that can help you back up your facts can also be that if you have a list or you have a habit of tracking all your accomplishments throughout the year, small as they can be. It could be even just an award for like a tiny part of a thing or some recognition or an email on part of the back or a team. That acts as a big favor when it comes to review. And when HR is involved, so if I see that adds like, hey, that's true, this person's got like a multiple scenario of getting this, so on and so forth. There's another example I can give you where an employee brought up a concern about a team member's performance, right? The employee said very clearly that they were not too happy with the performance. They felt that there was a lot of favoritism going on, and then obviously we need to know the backup of that. So why did this employee feel that way about the coworker? And they said that the person got the award for start of the year, but their ratings were one of the lowest in the team. This was a big red flag for me. So as an employee relations, I was managing employee relations, and I immediately took this to the management. And I said, this is actually a very fair point, because when we were reviewing the ratings, you cannot give an award to an employee who does not have the minimum rating that is set by management, that you have to meet this much to be able to be eligible for an award for the year and so on. And that person did not meet it. So I took that point that I had discussed and observed with the team, and I went to the management, and the person was removed from the nomination. So sometimes, trust me, when you give facts based feedback versus a personal judgment, nobody's listening to you. So document everything, list all your achievements out for the year, make it a habit, have like a Word doc in front of you all the time, and write down each and everything that has happened to you. Go through your emails and try to find something that you already had. These are just examples I'm giving you of how to track them. But it's also a good habit that you ask after which that please let me know what other things I can do to improve in my performance. What happens with that question is you are showing the management that listen, I'm not here to complain. I'm showing you some facts. I'm trying getting you to reconsider or to look at my review again. Asking that to the management proactively on your own versus them telling you what you need to be doing shows them that you're really interested in your career, that you're going to put 100% into it, and they feel much more motivated, and they'll give you clear steps or might tell you exactly what you need to be doing that you have discussed with your manager and send an email to them. This creates complete clarity. There's no ambiguity of what's going to happen. Try and get a confirmation from them from a timeline by when they're going to get back to you. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, if you need HR involvement to track this, that's totally fine. Most probably, managers tend to get HR involved and get their opinion, so that's fine. But if you can get the HR involved, that's fantastic. If you feel that you need them for the entire scenario, you need support from them, reach out to them. I hope these points helped you. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Have a great day. Bye.